Notice what maps are missing. Notice what maps are missing in the context of Blizzard wants everyone to have a fun time. The super open ones. Rialto, Havana, Junkertown. They removed the hitscan favored maps because they wanted everyone to have fun and they wanted heroes, all heroes, to be viable. Now, the cynic in me, to myself, says, well, yeah, Chro, they're making modifications so it's not as good as for hit scans. But the other side of me says, well, yeah, they're so good for hit scans, the beta would be useless with information because they're so good on that map and it would just ruin people's experience. Paris and the Moon maps are gone too. Bring back 2CP. I wonder how bad 2CP would be with 5 people. Actually, here's what they could do for 2CP, and I think they could keep it in all honesty. If they took the map, because they're finally adding flanks to Overwatch, because right now they don't really, I'll just say it, they don't have flanking in Overwatch. Flanking in Overwatch 1 is not a thing. It's shit. Take the 2CP maps, apply the same map design they used in Brooklyn and all the new maps to the old maps in 2CP. If you take away the one choke point and you have 3 or 5 ways into a point, all of a sudden it feels really good. He just says random shit. I don't know what it means. Had a bad New York game where Widow got high ground and dumped on us. Give me 360. Who shot us? So New York is pretty good for most heroes except for the last point. Fuck me, I'm stuck on shit! And I'm gonna make it 3 CP. Yeah. I'm going back in. It would be interesting if control point was not control point. That fucking hero. Yeah, hold on. Reese's ult charges for 4 to 5 seconds, but as soon as she presses the button, she gets fortified. So she gains 125 health, 50% damage reduction. And then it's a halt on herself, so everyone around her gets pulled into her and slowed. If she charges for the full 5 or 3 or 4 seconds, it's 225 damage or something? But in an AoE. She can detonate it beforehand to do less damage, though.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a suction and then...
Does the damage.
Yeah, so it pulls everyone in, slows them, and does damage. But people let it channel too long. And, so it doesn't get much value because you can run out of it.
Yeah.
So all kinds of crazy angles in Toronto, though.
God.
I think So a lot of the new maps, one, they did change their map design, which I've critiqued for a long time, and they've said they changed it. They're adding more flanks in, they're adding more hidden routes in. But they've added a lot of verticality, especially in Toronto. Well, actually, they added a lot of verticality everywhere. There's so many angles you can get. There's so much harassment you can do. It's really good for that style of Junkrat I played for a couple seasons where you just flank and... And you don't... Like this. Basically, you harass from the edge of combat, and then you kind of go back in. Doesn't work too well here because it's very far away, like, combat's way over there. There. I heard a sleep dart hit. Lucy is so good at harassing. They added a PV arena to King's Row? What?
I really can't tell if the lighting is like technically better. Because everything is a lot brighter.
It's like there's more shading and that's it. Or at least 100% better. Oh, 100. I think most of the tanks are in a much better spot. Really, what they did is what I said they should be doing to tanks for the longest time. I've been asking for what they've done in Overwatch 2 for a long time now. Hopefully Blizzard learns to stop releasing heroes that just exist to get insane value. They want a hero that plays the game for you. So, Sim 1.0, the only, like, my only critique, or the only reason I liked Sim 1.0 is actually because of one of my viewers. pt2, like, the guy could only play with one hand. And I understand there's a limit to accessibility, because Overwatch's biggest theme is accessibility. I understand that it wasn't good for the game, but at the same time, that one I didn't mind too much. But there is a span that we...
favorite skins? I see a star, but